suppose I better grab the other rake, huh? Got one going. We need to have two going. We got quite a few acres to rake up today. Oh yeah, morning. Welcome to Friday. I'll let Junior finish here. I'm going to jump up to the next field because we got, what was there here? 4 fields, but the next one is going to be the better hay. It's also got telephone poles you got to weave around, so I'm going to go take care of that one so he doesn't have to worry about that stuff, and I'll just meet him on like field 3. It's amazing how you look at that and you go, man, there's not a whole lot there. But you look at the windrow it makes when you rake, not bad at all. So if you remember, oh, excuse me, about a month ago we pushed like crazy on hay. Mid-July, we went like crazy trying to get a bunch of it done before I left for vacation and before our chances of rain. Well, the rain showed up. We got some really beneficial rain. Lost a pivot in the meantime, but you know, hey, can't win them all, I guess. But because of all that rain, the alfalfa was trying to grow like crazy. But the downside is the pigweeds were really growing like crazy. So we've got a lot of fields that we didn't want to cut yet, but because of the pigweed pressure that was coming, we're like, let's go get it cut off. Hopefully we get a kill on the majority of the pigweeds, because if you got much of a stalk left with few leaves, it'll try to regrow usually. So we cut a lot of stuff early. But here's our theory behind it. We are pushing like crazy because by midweek next week, we've got chances of rain again. All of the custom acres, that guy, he got the irrigation water, so we didn't have to worry about any of his. We're going to get, hell, 90%, somewhere in that range, of our alfalfa acres done over the next 5 days. Today is day 1 of pushing like crazy. Swathers have been going for a couple days. Because of the pigweeds, we're no longer on a 3-day rotation. We're on a 4-day rotation, so it's Friday. This should have been raked yesterday on Thursday. Because of the pigweeds, it's Friday, we're getting it raked. I think I said Friday many a time. I never said it was swathed on Monday. I don't think I ever said that part. I just think I said this is Friday multiple times there.
It's Friday.
As far as the swathers go, today is their last day of going like crazy on alfalfa because, stop me if you heard this, today's Friday. Okay, we get it. That means it'll be raked and baled on Tuesday. Rain chances jump up on Wednesday. And because of the problems with the moisture at the big feedlot, we were out of the balers all week. Or out of the choppers all week. Wow, my mind is going a lot faster than my mouth today. Because we're out of the choppers all week, we're like, let's get a bunch of baling done, so that way we can just kind of trickle in the rest of it when we're not busy on the choppers. One of the swathers did not do a good job right through here. And then that's the problem. Can you see the pigweeds down there still with some leaves on them? There's a lot over there. Right there's a couple. All of them, you can tell, are trying to get started growing again, and then that will screw up the next cutting as well.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Pigweeds are probably the hardest weed to kill. And it used to be if they just smelled Roundup, you didn't even have to spray them. You could have sprayed the field next to it. They would have wilted over dead. Not anymore. I always get so damn nervous raking this outside pass here. He's got his chickens in there. There's 6 hot wire strings there. And that wheel likes to stick way the hell out there. It makes me nervous. So I have to cheat way over. It's easy to get lost out here. There's a little bit of row at the bottom and a little bit of row at the top until we get over there a ways. When we get over there a ways, it gets a lot better. Junior's about done on the field he was on. I don't know if I mentioned it. The balers came, tried to bale that field just so we'd have one less to do tonight, and it's too green. I was worried. There's stem moisture in all this. 2 of the mornings this week were like 95% humidity, like heavy fog. It was not exactly good haying weather this week. Next week though, or this weekend, supposed to be over 100 every day. Sorry, I'm trying to turn and run the rake one-handed while talking to you fine folks. So, hope you're not getting motion sick. Well, football practice is over. The high schoolers are here. We're gonna take over raking so we can go do something else. And I say something else because I honestly don't know what we're going to do. All right, I guess we're gonna go choppy just a little bit. I'll explain. Engine control unit. I can't restart the engine because it's not starting. Spout position faults, that's not a big deal. Engine fault. Engine communication error. Alright, we're just accept. Okay. Cancel. We're just everybody go night-night and we'll try it again. Okay. And boots up. That's not good. I don't know what an engine communication fault is, but apparently it means it won't start. Cameron, what'd you do to your chopper? Guess we'll try Colton's, see if it wants to start. I know you're thinking, Garrett, why aren't you just running yours? Because mine has the other header on it, and I really don't want to switch it. Not like it's hard or anything, I just don't feel like working that much. Okay, good start. I don't know what your problem is, this one's fine. I thought the windows on my chopper were dirty. Holy shnikes. Can't even see out of this thing.
Damn. I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
So Aaron and I get the fun-filled job of driving around to all of our fields and cutting all these strips we had to leave. Insurance adjuster was here yesterday? Was it here? Wow. Insurance adjuster was here yesterday. Signed off on almost all of our fields saying, yeah, total loss. I think there's 2 of them, he said, leave the strip because still looks too green. He can't sign off on them yet. Not that big a deal. But as you can see, the weeds are bad. I VT'd this the other day, but because of the strip, I had to do it in a circle. And in doing so, did not get a great kill on the piggly wiggly weeds. Looks a hell of a lot better than it did, though. But yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 strips to go clean up, and then we'll what was I gonna say? 9 or 10 strips to clean up, and then I think we'll get on the VT and start cleaning up the cleanup. Showed up to field number 4, and honestly, I can't even find a strip. There's a couple of plants right there, but the rows are cut. That just stripped those. So yeah, we're just gonna ignore it and go to the next one. So you know it's bad. The weeds have grown up so much you can't even find the check strip. It always amazes me how well drought out corn holds on to moisture. Look at it. According to that, we're still running 70% here. Because that little bit of green is really, really green. Don't worry about the average, that's from another field. I'm not resetting this for every single little strip. But just constantly in the 60s, and that's what it looks like. We actually wound up with like 2/3 of a load. It was a lot more than I thought we'd have. So when you weigh it, instead of listing every field, just put strips for the field name. Get all the way back to the yard here, and I just now realized we forgot a field, so we gotta go get it. But I want to see if I can get Cameron's chopper to start. Nope. So that is an actual issue. I'll figure out what's going on. Cameron said it sounds like the error code he gets where that thing will randomly die. He's had it before, chopping, going down the road, it just shuts off. Gives that error code. He goes, you just leave it off for about 30 seconds and it'll fire right back up. Not anymore, apparently. Okay, now I'm positive we're done. Side note, it's always interesting when you show up at one of your farms and there's just a random vehicle parked with people walking around. Wonder who they are. I think Hector just likes playing with the big tractor, so I get the little guy. Which is fine, I like mowing. He says he doesn't like mowing. So I gave him 4 or 5 fields, give him a list that he can't get done today. I told him I'd take this. I tell you what, you guys keep running off like that, I'm not gonna let you come with me to work anymore.
I swear you guys rip on me 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here.
Little update, it's now 6 o'clock at night. Been running this all afternoon while you guys were out farting around, hanging out in that tractor. My bad. Yeah, apparently I left you guys in there when I went to lunch. And then over lunch, Hector texted, hey, you run the VT. I've got to go get cattle. And then Junior texted me saying, what do you want me to do? I said, well, why don't you just take the mower? Apparently I got to run the VT. By the time I got back from running errands, Junior was already gone with the tractor. And I looked in here, I go, there's no camera in here. It's got to be with Junior. Don't worry though, you guys honestly missed basically nothing. Let me show you some of kinda what you missed out on. And that's why you save drone footage. Holy crap. Are we dealing Colombian Bam Bam out of the shop? What's going on here? Okay, before anybody calls the DEA, I can tell by the lines, somebody took this apart today to clean it. That is all the wonderful minerals we get in our water out here through our water association. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, they just cleaned the fan, no big deal. It's okay. Oh, it feels so nice though. Poor baby Blue. Oh, hey, the dry down just ended. It's been 25 minutes since we left. This poor truck can't catch a break. So, this is the one that got the new engine block put in. And then whenever you do that sort of thing, like basically you get a new block, then you got to transfer all the parts around it. One of the parts got transferred around it is exhaust manifold, and unfortunately there was a crack in it that they didn't see, which, as Bart said, we wouldn't have seen either. So it's not, you can't get too mad because we would have missed it too. But Glenn noticed there was an exhaust leak when he was running it the other day, and as they dug into it, we're finding problems. So they're getting that fixed. I think we're waiting on one more little piece. Maybe that's it. Oh yeah, seal. So that's got to be it right there. I don't even know where I'm pointing on the camera. I'm over here looking over the camera. But hopefully that's ready to start going back together now. All kinds of pieces. This has basically been the shop project for the last couple of days. Man, because you can't fit another one in here. I asked them if they figured out anything on Cameron's chopper, and they just laughed off. Completely forgot about it. So, we'll see. Maybe it'll start on Monday and it won't be a problem. I wonder if that pigweed pile is just settling that much, or if he's fed that much. That's pure pigweeds. Like, there is not a crop in there. That is 100% pigweed. That's how you know you're desperate for a little extra feed. And then there's what Aaron and I did this morning. How great, the tuna followed us. What's he want? This guy. We've been sitting at the shop talking, and then he wants to come and talk. Now I just counted. I got 279 flies in here. Don't you dare question the count this time. Freaking Cornhusker fans. Jeez. But as far as cattle operation goes, it's clicking along as it should for mid-August. Now me, along with these cattle, are both rooting for cooler temps Unfortunately, I know though, because we're heading into fall harvest, cooler temps, or the thought of cooler temps, I know that also means herd health, which is doing really good, is about to freaking go into a nosedive, because it does every year when the weather cools off. But yeah, you go through September and October traditionally is where it really sucks, and then you're okay after that. Had it a couple years ago where all of November sucked as well. That was a ton of fun. But needless to say, I'm out of the cattle buying business until, depending on how the weather is shaping up, November for sure. And if it's not looking good, I'll hold off even longer than that. But the pigweeds, we were talking about pigweeds. I'm gonna go show you what we got going on there. Now normally, probably can't see any windrows that way because of the sun glare. Would have came with a baler and cleaned up a lot of stuff this afternoon. That way we aren't chasing it in the dark. Oh, sorry, got a hiccup or a burp or something stuck. But with 101 every day and lower humidities, we're going to be baling about daylight anyways, so there's nothing to clean up. And I'm not going to sweat in that tractor again. I sweat in it all up, well, not all day, all morning yesterday, cleaning up some stuff. I'm not getting in that tractor and sweating more. It's 6:10, it's still 102. 102 at 6 p.m. Fun stuff. Here though is where that load of silage came from, which you can see there's some very large kochia out there with a whole lot of pigweeds coming. It's a fallow field. We didn't want to work it this summer because we were worried about it blowing. It was already pretty mellow going into the spring. So we wanted to just leave it alone, let the weeds kind of take over and get a good ground cover. And now, using the zern head, we're turning it into silage because we need the silage and it's going to make good silage. Really? Alfalfa butterflies? That's just what we need. Bugs in the alfalfa now. Look at that friggin' horsefly. That thing is giant. G-bus. Probably our best cornfield. First one in the ground. Alright guys, I've had enough fun for the day. I'm gonna go home, hide in the air conditioning, pretend like the outside world doesn't exist with all this heat. Yeah. Anywho, catch you guys in the next one. See ya.